What you liked about these guys? What have you seen out there that has you thinking positive thoughts as we?
Well, I think it goes back to June and July. You know, when you transition from one class to another, and the juniors become the seniors, and they take over the leadership, and they're now in charge of the culture of the locker room and the team, and I think that they've done a tremendous job of leading, of being tight, caring for each other, being spiritual, all those things that we look for that really determine the success of our program. They've done a great job of.
Tell me about the offensive side of the ball. Who are some of the guys that are going to need to step up into bigger roles this season? And, you know, with Jimmy and Mason and Jaden and all the guys that you have coming back at the skill positions, what have you liked and how have these guys been able to kind of hit the ground running?
Well, you know, there are 9 starters returning on the offensive side. But what we need is those guys who have experience and those guys who were, you know, huge catalysts for us last year to raise everything to another level. You know, guys like Jimmy, guys like Nate, you know, guys like Caden Nabbs and Brady Road, all of those guys, you know, who have experience, that have been on the field. You know, they've got to elevate the play of those new guys that are rotating in.
For you guys defensively, what really sticks out about this group, and what do you really like in maybe position groups or individual players that have really stepped up?
The quickness of our play, the quickness of the defense. You know, rallying to the ball, flying to the ball. You know, we appreciate that greatly. I mean, and they're physical up front. You know, we've got some guys returning in the linebacker spot and some in the secondary, and you know, and again, if we can defend the run and we can fly to the ball, then we got a chance.
You know, and talking to Brody Beeks, he was mentioning. You know, obviously you guys made a run to the state championship game 2 years ago. Last year cut short against Warsaw in the sectionals. He said that was a big motivating factor for this year to make sure that doesn't happen again. Do you see that sort of palpable hunger from these guys to make sure that, hey, we want to be playing not in October but in November? When
in every outcome that you have, okay? You know, your outcome, whether it be desired or undesired, you know, you don't control your outcomes. You control your effort, you control your responses. In every outcome that you have, then you press pause and you reevaluate. And if it was a positive evaluation, then you try and continue along that path. You know, if it was not, then that does, you know, create a little more burning edge, a little burning fire inside to want to be more successful and do better.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yep, good. Appreciate everything you do.